Sorry, I was smoking cigarettes, just like my hero, my idol, my model in life, Solid Snake, who you may know from the Metal Gear franchise. Wow, that was the weakest intro yet, I think. I think that's my worst intro bit yet. Hello, howdy. So y'all see that Metal Gear Solid Master Collection came out? I think it actually came out a couple days ago, maybe 5-6 days ago. But I think it just came out on Steam, or I just got the pop-up for it on Steam. Anyway, thank you
this is a
for the
present from
resub,
me
and
to you.
just in time for the trademark cough. Absolutely frappe fiasco. I never start a stream without it. Anyway, so there's this Metal Gear Solid Master Collection, and it has Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3, but it also happens to have Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2, the MSX versions, but also the NES version of Metal Gear, and also Snake's Revenge, which is interesting to see. Good to see those getting out there, back into the world. People don't like this NES version of Metal Gear, with the benefit of, what, 30-something years to poo-poo on it, to decide that suddenly they're better than it, that it's not good enough to hang. And also, you know, Hideo Kojima himself saying stuff along the lines of, the care that I put into the original game wasn't there, and that those who created the game have no sliver of appreciation for the players, compared to his MSX version. I've always contested this narrative. I think the NES version of Metal Gear is just fine, just like the MSX version is just fine. Important. And, you know, it gave us Metal Gear Solid, eventually, which is a little more than fine, which is a little more important to me, personally. But, yeah. We're gonna play through the NES Metal Gear tonight, and we're gonna determine whether or not it's truly that much worse than the MSX original. We're going to hop on in. But first, some excerpts from the instruction manual, the American NES instruction manual, which will tell us everything we need to know about the story of Metal Gear. And also, Discranola in chat saying, generally speaking, I think most people don't go out of the way to try to make video games bad. Yeah, you don't say. Here at the Bad Game Hall of Fame, we agree. That is an official statement as far as I'm concerned. But let's go ahead and read this excerpt from the manual. This will tell you everything you need to know about the plot of Metal Gear in perpetuity. This is still canon, as far as I'm concerned. Colonel Vermin Katafi, a once tranquil shepherd boy who grew up on the remote banks of the Sam River in outer Mongolia with his 27 sisters, turned to terrorism at an early age. Now, after years of pillaging innocent people, he has taken control of Outer Haven, a small nation on the outskirts of South Africa. Here, he is a sole tyrant and a radical dictator. He rules with bullets and bombs, and in only a few months, he has outlawed democracy and turned harmless villagers into mercenaries for a global terrorist network. But his biggest threat is yet to come. As an obsessed madman, he has created the ultimate superweapon. It's Katafi's greatest dream and the world's most hideous nightmare. It's called Metal Gear, and it must be destroyed before the crazed Colonel unleashes his violence across the globe. Your mission, Solid Snake, is to seek out and destroy Metal Gear, nothing less. To triumph, you must gather necessary information, weapons, and equipment as you press forward into the enemy's domain. Weapons and equipment can be found and captured in 3 various ways. Find them in enemy trucks, find them in enemy storehouses, or snatch them directly from certain enemies. Of vital importance as you proceed on your perilous mission is how well you communicate with Commander South back at Foxhound's HQ. Whenever you see a flashing call sign, it means he's trying to reach you with key info. Get in touch with him on the double using your transceiver. See transceiver mode on page 8. Oh boy. Also know, now, that Katafi has 5 heavily fortified strongholds located throughout Outer Haven, and you must discover, then search each before accomplishing your ultimate task. The strongholds have between 1 and 3 floors. You'll move from floor to floor using elevators, and along the way, you'll rescue grateful hostages who will offer crucial information as to the whereabouts of Metal Gear. When you rescue a predetermined number of prisoners, you'll be promoted, and as your rank increases, so will your vital sign. On the negative side, if you botch up and get a hostage killed, you'll be immediately demoted. Be warned, though, about the strongholds. They aren't cakewalks. Each, in fact, is surrounded by loyal Katafi guards, and it's up to you to elude them without triggering hidden alarms. The mission finally ends, when you die, or when you win. And just a little bit about Solid Snake. Just a little bit about him. Recruited from the Marines after a heroic performance in the Grenada invasion, you were given the codename Solid Snake because of your ability to strike quickly, quietly, and with deadly accuracy. Discronola says, Snake's real name being Justin Haley was just in the novel, right? Yeah, there is the Worlds of Power adaptation of Metal Gear, the book version of this plot that retains the Katafi stuff and all that nonsense. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's the canonical Metal Gear. That's the Metal Gear I grew up with. Boy, howdy. And, Very Gooser saying, I trusted Michael Biehn to get the job done. Yes, and famously, the cover to the NES version of Metal Gear is a promotional still from Terminator of Michael Biehn standing against a wall with a machine gun in hand, only slightly modified. So I like this title screen because you have all of a second and a half to press start and to start the game. Otherwise, I'll go into demo mode here. And so you get some cool little...
This is a present from me to you.
Well, that is awful generous, Grenatag.
This is a present from me
Oh
to
no, is it
you.
going to give an alert for every single gift sub that you gave? All 10 of them?
This is a present from me to you.
I'll have to figure out a way to make it so it doesn't give one to
This
everyone.
is a present from me to
That the
you.
alert doesn't pop up for everyone on stream, but it is still very
This is a
much
present from me to
appreciated.
This is a
I
present
feel like
from me to
waiting
you.
for this to pass by before we start properly
present
on
from
this
me to
endeavor, on this grand mission of intruding N313.
This is a present from me to you.
I'm looking at my watch that I don't have, and just...
This is a present from me to you.
Oh god, it never ends.
This is a present
It
from
really
me to
keeps
you.
going. Okay. This game gets a lot of shit for the fact that, what's with these three guys? What's with these extra guys? You know, I've never been personally upset about that. I just figure their dummies are dropping to throw off the enemy and trying to figure out where. They know that Snake's coming in. Those are decoys of some sort. Big Boss speaking, Operation Intrude N313. You are to infiltrate the enemy fortress, Outer Heaven. Alright, that's one typo so far. Then destroy their final weapon, Metal Gear. First, attempt to contact missing our Gray Fox. Then try to find the Metal Gear. And that is the goal. Snow Prism saying there's a Solid Dog, Solid Cat, and Solid Bird. Those are our buddies dropping in. Or, alternate theory, Very Gooster says that's Liquid Solid is Solid, and Richie Cunningham stay. Use frequency 12085 for all communication with me. Over. Roger, Roger. This is over, Roger, Roger, over. So, if you are familiar with the MSX version, you'll recognize that this is a alternate drop zone. This is an alternate start to the game. I think this is fine. Did they need to change it? I mean, I guess they needed to change it. I'm getting sleepy. I guess they needed to change it for technical reasons. Oh no, he woke up. Maybe if we don't move, he won't notice us. Maybe he only notices when people... Oh, I tripped. There's still a bit of a delay before he activated properly. That was fast. They can mow you down that quickly. Alright, so let's do this the right way. Stealthy way. You know, there's probably a reason why they couldn't do the underwater insertion, the cinematic opening to this game. We'll just take this left path. I'm sure this will take us where we need to go. And not so much. A lot of dead ends, which, those exist in MSX Metal Gear. Pointless paths. A lot of the complaints people have about this version of Metal Gear, enemies that you can't avoid being detected by, doors that you walk through and are just immediately detected, those exist in MSX Metal Gear. We're gonna come up on an example of one such bullshit enemy placement right now. Now we have the binoculars, which I don't think anyone ever uses. I don't think there's much point to using them, truth be told. But just for the purposes of... Yeah, that's certainly a, we're scoping this scene out, boy howdy. I think they're slightly more useful outside when you can peer onto the next screens, but... So yeah, you walk out that truck, really not very much you can do about that guard there, because he's programmed as soon as you leave that one screen, as soon as you leave the truck screen, he will immediately be looking left. But, again, that's like every other room in MSX Metal Gear. If we're being honest here. A little bit of a lost forest here. So this is the Metal Gear I grew up with. This is the one I had on cartridge. Another neat thing about this game is that when you transition from one screen to another, alert status is immediately rescinded. So you don't need to worry about enemies chasing you from one screen to another. And on the one hand, makes the game a bit easier, perhaps, than intended. Makes stealth a little less impactful and important. We have our first keycard. Another immediate detection. I think one more hit. If we give up one more hit, we will die. Uh-oh, the truck has started to move. Yeah, this is... I had this on cartridge. This was my introduction to Metal Gear. This was many people's introduction to Metal Gear. And this is my girlfriend said before I started streaming today. This a little note they had in the Discord server, which you can join by going to this little link right here. You know, it can't be that bad if people loved it back in the day, and it got them engaged in the series in the long term. Discronella says, is a no alert run possible or no? No, it is not, because of the amount of enemies that, as you go through necessary doors, will just immediately spot you. Oh, rations. Thank God for rations. In and out we go. So, here's the thing. Farming items. We're gonna have to do a bit of this. To max out our capacity on items, which will increase as we rank up, we will need to go in and out of rooms that contain items that come in quantities of like 1, 20, whatever, depending on whether it's, you know, ammunition or our healing item here. I believe the cap on rations is 3 for now. Let's go ahead and get our keycard equipped. I vaguely remember the steps of this game, the things we need to do, the missions we need to accomplish. Oh, fuck that, let's go the other way. There we go, problem solved. Video Game King asks, how many people who were around to play NES Metal Gear stuck around for Solid? There are so many reasons why those feel like totally separate eras of Metal Gear. I mean, there's definitely people. There's definitely people who are like, oh, Metal Gear Solid is finally the late-breaking squeakquel to this game that I enjoyed as a child on NES. I don't know, that's how I compartmentalized it. And I was like, you know, at least as a gut instinct, I was at least like online, so I was aware of the MSX versions, the MSX only squeakquel. But it's, you know, at the same time, I was like, this is the first Metal Gear that I get to play that's released in America after so long. You know, I suppose there's also, you know, there's worse versions of Metal Gear, by the way. Big Boss here, your mission is to infiltrate. Yeah, we got that. Good thing, you know, we didn't get briefed before going into this mission. I mean, they didn't give us equipment either, so this seems like a very thrown-together mission, if you ask me. Discronella saying, Metal Gear 1 fan who played Solid and went, wait, where's Katafi? Oh, to have... What a beautiful mind. Well, what a beautiful scenario to be in. How lucky you must be to be, like, among those people if that was your lot. If that was the chronology on you getting into this franchise. Whoa! A lot of trap floors. We're not gonna go that way. Or can we? Let's go ahead and do a little bit of trickery here. I'm gonna forfeit a life here to show that, yeah, we still die if we walk onto where the screen was exposed, but we can pause the expansion so we can totally walk across this and what would otherwise be an impassable hallway. And those enemies over there that we'd otherwise have to, like, get into an alert status with, we can bypass that. Whether this is intentional design or not, I don't think it is. I think it's a programming error, but it's a fortuitous one. So don't look a gift glitch in the mouth, I say. I have located a handgun. No bullets in it yet. Just unloaded, but we'll resolve that in time. That did not line up the way I hoped it would. Oh, dear! Triggering alerts left and right here right now. Let's get some landmines. And maybe I should use one of those rations. And maybe I should also check 5. What can we max this out at? Wait, wrong screen. 5. Okay, yeah, so I didn't need to grab any more. But, that's okay. Keycard! I don't remember the most optimized way to explore these floors, sadly. Alright, keycard 1 does not work on that door. Luckily, we can just barely outrun these guys. Oh, well, you can see me through the boxes. Unfortunate. But ultimately, inconsequential. So when you're dropped into this game, you don't really have too much in the way of direction. But there's also not too much in the way of branching paths yet. Past a certain point, if you were a player back in the day, you would absolutely need to start mapping this shit out. You would need to get the graph paper out and start charting. This is ammunition. It will replenish our handgun, our submachine gun. I think we cap out at 50 at rank 1. Yeah, it looks about right. And here's the first of many hostages we'll be rescuing, POWs. I think if we rescue 5, we'll get our first rank up. Ooh, transceiver call. I wonder what they have to say. Big boss here. I forget to tell you. Something. Well, tell me now. Better late than never. Oh, you'll need a gas mask in here in gas-covered areas. Schneider knows the location of the gas mask. Over. What's his frequency? I think Schneider's is like... $1288? Well, we'd still need to be in, we need to be in a room where he's able to actually respond to us. Each room has a couple of... Well, not every room. A handful of rooms have a couple of transceiver frequencies, codec frequencies you can call that will prompt different messages. I wonder, do I need to explain all this? Is everyone here just, like, familiar with Metal Gear? Like, familiar enough that I can probably skip, like, some of the pertinent info here? Explain some of the basic mechanics? Who's to say? And we can't go through this door until we first go back to our card. And quickly go through the door to try and minimize the amount of damage taken. That is a bit of a pain in the ass, all things told. That was a close call. Foxhounder infiltrated the enemy several days ago. I guess we're late to the party. They have captured him, but he is alive. Oh, well. Time to put our gun through the paces. And that was a pretty short alert, all things told. So yeah, stealth, not the most important thing in this version of the game. I mean, it comes in handy. You still want to generally avoid encounters as much as possible. You're not exactly like Superman here. But, you know, at the same time, the MSX game, also like this. Past a certain point in the MSX game, you just want to start using, like, your silenced handgun and not having to think about really stealthing through your way through every room. It's good if you're trying to, like, maintain resources at a certain point. If you're trying to be like, I don't want to use this ammo because I want to use it, like, in a pinch. But then again, at a certain point, once you start ranking up, which is necessary, by the way, then, you know, you'll have like 250 bullets on hand, and that should be more than enough to kill anything that moves, I would think. We have card 2. Because this is classic Metal Gear, we have to test every keycard on every door. And as long as we're here, might as well stock back up on our ration. See if it triggers an alert. No. I forgot, I gotta keep the card equipped to open the door. Is it still a better system than Hoshi wo Mirahiro, which we streamed a couple days ago, where every time you use a key card, you have to toss it away and buy a new one? Well, we have a transceiver call, even though it's not showing us the status on the screen. Big Boss here, I forgot to tell you, this guy's so forgetful. Destroy the electric control panel to avoid high voltage shocks. Schneider can tell you the location of the remote control missile. So here's the thing, we don't know Schneider's frequency offhand. We haven't been told it yet. I don't think. I'm going to consult a guide very quickly to see if Schneider will tell us the location. I'm going to try to play this as if it were a game I was... Not for the first time, but, you know, I'm playing... You know, I haven't played this in a while. 12079. There's gotta be some way to figure this out within the context of the game. I can't remember. Schneider here. The remote control missile is in the southwest. Over. So yeah, for people who are concerned about, like, you know, being directionless, or people who would say, like, you need the strategy, I need to get Nintendo power to even have a chance at beating this. You're not wrong in the sense that this is still very obtuse. Cryptic, to an extent. But, you know, it's not impossible. You can game out most of the stuff in here. I think the stuff that's real bullshit exists in the MSX version, wherein there is hell of invisible walls that you need to punch, or use C4 on, even worse, to progress. Mandatory progression stuff. I have located a missile. Just the one. Actually, 5. I bet 5 is the capacity on this. So I'm not even going to bother going back and forth, in and out of there, when I could just take the 5, and that'll last us. I do have some maps open. I did not feel like actually mapping stuff out while playing this tonight. So I do have some Game FAQ maps open, in case I need them. I'm going to try and do this... Oh! I had mines equipped! More than one way to skin a cat or kill a guard here. And there's also more than one way for us to get killed. Let's see where it would start us from. No thanks. You see, we retain our inventory here. We have everything we started with. But ultimately, we're trying to save time here. We're not trying to be here all night long. I have a birthday tomorrow. I have a birthday at 12 o'clock midnight. So you know, as much as I love spending time with all you folk, I also like my privacy on my birthday. I like a day of rest. Let's actually get the handgun equipped, why don't we? Oh, we don't even need the handgun. We need the missile launcher, which, you know, becomes the Nikita missile launcher in your Metal Gear Solid. Happy early birthday, says Frappe Fiasco. Thank you kindly. I am turning 30-something or other years old. I can't do the mental math while I'm playing the game. Oh, jeez Louise. Let's go off-screen and back on-screen, and then approach from the left, and maybe that won't... Yeah, there we go. So little things like that can get to be a bit of a pain in the butt, knowing like the exact angle of approach you need, having to shuffle through all these key cards, which I guess does add, if you want to be generous, if you want to try to find like some interesting mechanic or interesting choice in having to go through the key cards, it creates a tension. If like there's like a trap behind you or an enemy about to sneak up on you, you know, it's almost interesting like to like have to go through all your cards one by one, and every time you come out of the inventory screen, they take a step closer to you. Resistance Fighter Diane will now support us over frequency 12033. Diane is familiar with enemy activity. Let's see what she has to say. Let's see what our pal Diane has to say. This is Solid Snake. Respond, please. This is Steve. Diane? No, Diane is out shopping. How women do be shopping. She hasn't come back yet. Disc Granola says, I feel so bad for the speedrunners who have to memorize the key cards. Yeah, that seems like the hardest part of a speedrun, to be honestly. Just remembering, this door uses key 1, the next one uses 6, the next one is 3, then the next one after that is 4. I'm gonna go through this room just to avoid the alert status. Eventually we will get a suppressor for our gun, which means we'll be able to shoot without consequence. Which will certainly come in handy. Oh, fuck this. I'm getting out of here. Oh no. Speaking of ratcheting up the tension, I think I took a point of damage there. Nillo Chaos says, Konami rusted the gear on this one, it seems? I don't know. This is going to be a largely positive stream on this game, I think. There's our suppressor. I have located a silencer, as they call it. Which, you know, magically, in the way that video game guns do, will make the shots completely inaudible. And what does that look like to you? That looks like an MP5 of some sorts. Possibly. I have located a grenade launcher. Alright, if you say so, Snake. It might be like the under barrel, this you know, like the grenade launcher you can mount to a gun as an attachment. Who's to say? Alright, card 2, right? It's... duh. Right now we're just exploring these floors, picking up as many items as made available to us. Back here. Video Game King says, in terms of geopolitics, the need to both have Snake acquire key allies over the course of the mission and pit him against a target that could be regarded as America's military equal both interest me. Like, this is what Metal Gear looks like before the series develops any political critique. You know, if you want to, like, give this game a little bit of credit, give the MSX version credit as well, you could say that, you know, the idea of your government betraying you, which is, you know, the big twist of this game. Sorry to spoil that for people, but, this is this ammunition, right? Have we been here before? Is this the same spot I was grabbing ammunition earlier? Well, in either case, we still cap out at 50. I do want to see this door just to see... Hostage to the right. Gas. Yeah, we don't need to be here. We can go backward now. I really like Metal Gear 2. The MSX Metal Gear 2. I think that game is where, like, immediately, you could tell, like, Kojima had these ideas in the back of his head, like, from the start. But Metal Gear 2 is where he actually gets to sort of... Jeez Louise. That's a little unfair. That one there is a little unfair. But again, that unfairness does exist in the original. I'm going to say this every time, as if I'm not repeating myself, every time I say it. Do we want to go to the 3rd floor here? I think we do. Or is this the 3rd floor? Oh, I've already lost track of time and space. Let me look at the map. I can play while I look at this. I think Metal Gear 2 has a really interesting, one of the most interesting characters in the Metal Gear franchise, I think, with Olga. or Natasha, whatever her name is in whatever version of the game you happen to be playing. The ice skater turned paramilitary sword who happens to have a relationship with Gray Fox. I think that game does some immediately interesting things with ideas around her. You know, it's big improvement over Diane being our handler in this and just can't get in touch with her because she's out shopping all the time. You know, so... This should be the second floor, yes. Disgranola asks, is there a Metal Gear game that doesn't have politics somehow? Even the Game Boy game starts with a long cutscene about war politics. That Ghost Babble on the Game Boy Color, by the way, another great game. That's not sarcasm, that's genuine, that game is just great. There's some lasers there. If you had infrared goggles, we could bypass that alert status. We could time things. Yeah, I think we come here just to get a hostage and get our rank up. So the earlier the better on that. Oh! That could have been potentially even more disastrous than it was. Prince Hordkin, in response to the question of, is there a Metal Gear game without politics? Metal Gear Solid VR missions. Yeah, that works. So I think this is a dead end for now until we get better key cards. Z. Yeah, I think ultimately we don't need to be on this floor. If my memory serves. There might be a couple items we can pick up for having come here a little early, but as long as we're here. We did get that rank up, so immediately. But I should mention the rank ups give us a little bit more health for rank, give us the ability to carry more munitions and other items. So let's go ahead and max out our ammo again. And while I'm doing this, I'll read some of the chat. Vigan King says, my read on Metal Gear 2 is a little different. Kojima doesn't quite develop his storytelling voice until Snatcher, and he doesn't quite become Kojima until he reads Baudrillard and develops Solid. But yeah, Metal Gear 2 is where the series begins to come into its own. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong in that. I just think it's a good first step. I wasn't trying to claim that, you know, it's master. He fully becomes Kojima at that point. And I just meant to say that, you know, he starts to show some of the signs. He starts to show that he had ideas. I'm going to say that he wasn't completely bereft of, like, political aspirations when he was developing even this. I think he's generally a pretty ambitious guy. You know, I don't subscribe fully to the cult of Kojima in the way that some Metal Gear fans do. I think the guy's brilliant. Don't get me wrong. I think he has some really good ideas about game design. I think he has some novel ideas. I think he's trying stuff. And as I will always say, I will never not appreciate folk who try. We're trying to push the medium forward in some sort of way. We're trying to play with the form. Suck me. Mean trap. But you know, you gotta have those in a game like this. Where discretion is the better part of valor. And by the way, in case you can't tell, you can avoid detection by security cameras by hugging the walls. Which is a nice touch. Close one, Foxhounder agent. Gray Fox is locked up in a hidden solitary cell room. That's good to know. That is our mission right now. Okay, coming out the room and immediately getting caught by the security cameras negates my compliments about the, about hugging the walls. And what do we have here? I have located a submachine gun. Appears to be a MAC-10, an Ingram Mac. I think the silencer also just applies to that. We could test that, but also, the machine gun is ultimately pretty useless. I think it has like exactly one useful application in this game, one type of enemy that is useful to use the machine gun on. The best way to get to the hidden cell room is to let the enemy capture you on purpose. And so it begins. Now this, I'm gonna say, is a super novel idea, I think this is maybe the first game where you allow yourself to get captured and give up your inventory, all the things you've collected up till that point, even if it's only for like a second. Like, people want to talk about the novelty of Metal Gear and like the things it did first. This is an overlooked one. Don't move! That was a big pause on that one. Alright, I'm not moving. You're under arrest! And there we are, intentionally captured, right? Intentionally, wink wink. Big boss here, infiltration accomplished. Thank you very much. Now locate the Gray Fox's hidden cells. Check the way! Over. Does our pal Schneider have any advice for us? Wait, is he 79 or 77? What about Diane? What's Diane's frequency again? I had it open in a tab. Because God knows I'm not memorizing this stuff. 33. And no help on this one. You had to figure this one out on your own if you couldn't on your own. Which does bring me to one of my least favorite parts of Metal Gear. On NES, on MSX. It's not nearly as bad in this version of the game as it did on MSX. But punching walls to find hidden doors. Frappe Fiasco says, Cass, I thought you'd like to know I'm marathoning all the Ringu movies on Tubi thanks to you. I'm on the 4th one and the last one on Tubi. Very good. I'm glad to spread the gospel of The Ring. With our Terror's Realm streams previously. Discronola says, was this like Metal Gear Solid 1 where you had to find Meryl's codec code on the CD case? No, this was not. There was nothing so elaborate for this one. You must be a newcomer to the movement. Am I ever glad to see you? I'm Agent Gray Fox. The enemy is constructing the final weapon, the Metal Gear. It is a walking tank. This was all so novel back then, you know? It has full nuclear capability and can traverse any type of ground. If the enemy can complete this, they can launch a nuclear attack from any spot on the Earth. The Metal Gear must be destroyed by any means available before it is completed. There is only one way to destroy it. The inventor of the Metal Gear, Dr. Petrovich, is the only one who knows. Dr. Petrovich is being held prisoner somewhere in building number 1. You must try to find him. Alright, thanks. Can we take care of you so I don't know how to deal with you in like 2 games from now? Nah, not quite. This is gonna be on the bottom screen, isn't it? There we go. You can use the sound cues. Sort of pick up on. If you're getting closer, like hot and cold, right? Warmer. Discronola says, Sad Fox didn't live to see the walking tanks that mooed like cows, but I bet he would have loved that. Yeah, that is tragic. I am the shotgunner. Nobody has ever escaped from here. I can't quite make out what you're saying, sir. Ever, Yeah, so bosses in this game. You know, they're not exactly about the sort who are going to give, like, excessive monologues after we take him out. Which, you know, I've always loved about Metal Gear. I'm sorry. I love the melodrama. Like, I tear up when Sniper Wolf is giving her whole speech about, you know, being a Kurd and all that stuff. And the Gray Fox dialogues at the end of Metal Gear Solid, and then talking to Naomi, and oh god, I'm sorry. I don't want to be just like someone who's like blindly enjoying Metal Gear here and just saying like, oh man, isn't it great? Have you all ever heard of this Metal Gear thing? Worth a shot. It's worth it. If you haven't played it, trust me, it's a wild ride. You know? I know this isn't exactly fresh, new information, but I don't know. Metal Gear Solid, it's important to me. In some capacity. I have located card number 3. That's good. I can't remember if you can take this guy out with just a handgun at this stage. And something that was brought up in the Discord, and something that I also knew offhand is that there's the Metal Gear Solid 4 database that was released to accompany Metal Gear Solid 4 on PS3. Maybe you've heard of it. Alright, so we're not going that way. I guess I do have to do this with a handgun. Oh no, there's a door on the right, isn't there? I swear you should be able to get the grenade launcher and do this. Well, it doesn't matter. I think we did just as well there. With the tools we had on hand. Figures we'd have to use that card. And if there's people at home screaming at their screens, I guess you would just be able to type in chat, honestly, but I'm forgetting to do something very important. I'm doing it deliberately. It's hard to tell why I'm doing it or what I've done right now. It'll become more obvious in time. Let's put some body armor on, why don't we? And not get caught on corners. Where does this put us? What floor are we technically on? Where we've, or what building are we technically in, I guess is the real question. I'll figure it out in time. Is there anything on this side? Yeah, so there's 2 doors here. Let's test them both out. A couple things in chat. Not that I'm gonna read out loud, but people talking amongst themselves. It's good. There's information being shared. Alright, so that's the way out. This must be building 2 then, right? Oh, I reflexively went backwards, not realizing that that's very unnecessary at this point. But he can't get me. I've located some enemy uniforms. Now, as great as it would be just to be able to wear the enemy uniform and trick everyone at all times, it ain't that kind of game. Not yet. Did I check the top door? Did I remember to check the top door or not? This is the thing, is that if you are not on, if you're not using your brain hat, as I like to call it, yeah, there we go. I completely skipped past that. And that is an essential item to progression. I think this is the spot in MSX Metal Gear where you'd have to deal with the most bullshit room in video game history. That's like actually a little excessive. The spiral room, which is a whole like labyrinthian, like it's a spiral maze where you have to find all these invisible walls, where you have to punch like every wall and use your C4 and burn through all this shit and waste your time. Okay. Now I know where I am. Which is funny, because this is actually a maze here. I would like to go... right? So yeah, this version of the game just does not have the spiral room, and it is better for it. Right, this is the, this place has mines, so let's not go north just yet. Let's stock up on rations while we're here. I think we can carry 5 now. Maybe more. And we're gonna have to use one too, just to top up our health a little bit. I should also mention, I don't know if I even warrants mentioning at this point, I do have designs to play this game later on stream. Not tonight, but, you know, some other night. Snake's Revenge. We do have a full article up on the site, which goes into some of the differences between this version of the game and the MSX version, for starters, then goes on to obviously cover Snake's Revenge, the origins of that game, the development of that game, as much as is known, the full contents of the game. And one more. 6 is probably enough. The truth be told. That's my way of getting out of having to do a bunch more of going in and out. Alright, so north is mined, and I think there's also the tank up there, which we may or may not have the means. We totally have the, yeah, we have landmines, so we can totally do that if we wanted to, but I'm more interested in using the bomb suit on the roof. Alright, now I know one of these trucks takes us to the start of the game, which we don't want to go to. I think this one is a key card. Yes, this is key card 4. This is the essential one we gotta go to. And do I dare risk it? One of these has plastic explosive, which we don't need. We honestly don't need it right now. So let's not even bother. Let's not risk it. Let's just go where we need to go. Card 4. Oh, geez. Well, deep breath, steal myself, and then we can go back in to that room. And put on some body armor, too, while we're at it. So here's the thing. These guys aren't actually looking at the door when we come in here. Their alert is triggered by something else. Oh, it is a mystery. Will we be able to solve it? How are they spotting us from so far away? Doesn't make any sense. This little transmitter bug they placed in our inventory. Toss that, and the game goes back to normal. See, now these guys are all behaving as they should, and completely ignoring us unless we are directly in front of them. Going up. Rude. Why can I not go this way? Got anything to say about this big boss? Another thing I forgot to tell me. Jeez Louise. There are window barriers installed on the rooftop. Window barriers? Window barriers? Search for a bomb blast suit. Over. So, gimmick here is we put on this bomb blast suit, which you can see how it changed our character model completely. You know, it'll be like, you know, ever play Modern Warfare? The Juggernauts. It's those suits that are extra weighed down, that have like extra armor on them to protect against bomb blasts. But theoretically, I guess they would also weigh you down enough to not get knocked back by the wind here. I suppose. Stretching credulity a little bit here, but can't go that way. So I think this whole section here, this whole route here is just Big Boss's trick. And we want to go left instead. Yes, if we pick up the transceiver again, Big Boss will give us the same advice. Good that these enemies just die in one shot. Nice for quality of life. Another thing missing from this version of the game, this NES version, is you would have to parachute into a yard down below. You'd have to get a parachute. And then jump off this bridge here. That's not a thing in this version of the game. Bit more streamlined. That's really what I feel the NES version does in comparison to the MSX version. Is that it streamlines things. It makes things simpler. Takes a lot of the puzzle work and then guessing out of a lot of it. And having to, like, figure out, like, the more obtuse, like, solutions to, like, dropping off, like, a specific part of this bridge. Like, you don't jump from the top of the screen, you gotta jump from this section of the screen and towards the middle. Like, that trial and error bullshit. And also, like, having to punch every wall just to make sure you're not neglecting any secrets that are actually essential to the mission. So I don't mourn the loss of those. Keycard 1. 2, of course. I think they probably could have put numbers above the doors to tell you which door does what. I wouldn't have gotten mad about that. I know that completely invalidates the point I was making earlier about how it ratchets up the tension a little bit, but me making that argument was more of a devil's advocate sort of thing in the first place. I think ultimately having to go through all your keycards every time is a pain in the ass. An unnecessary one. careful on this bridge. Oops. I like how they even bothered, like, to geographically line up. This is where you would fall. If you fell to your death here, this is the place where you'd land. There we are. These enemies in the MSX version use their jetpacks to fly around and evade some of your fire. It makes them a slightly more difficult type of enemy to deal with, to contend with. But ultimately, they're grounded here. Oh, that's no good. Luckily, I'm not getting electrocuted standing here. I think there's a name for this enemy in the manual. Do I have that page saved? There's a mine detector that'll come in handy in a second. Yes, I totally do. Alright, here's another scan from the manual. Colonel Vermin Katafi's elite scum squad, the Electrocutioner! They pull the switch. Then we can look at some of the other enemies here. The train killer scorpions. These scorpions have been trained. They're brilliant. As brilliant as they are deadly, as they are scheming. Corporal Watchman, Checkpoint Charlie, B.A. Dozer, Soldier of Fortune, and the Dogs of War. Dog. None of the bosses are listed in the manual. But that's alright. We'll make do. We can invent our own headcanons about them. Or, you know, you can check out the Metal Gear Solid 4 database, which will have all the info you crave on those, or as much as they were willing to invent about them, as much as Kojima could be bothered to come up with. These are the twin shots. In the MSX version, there's a helicopter you gotta fight here. But, oh! I think ultimately our shots don't do any damage to them, which necessitates doing this. Using our grenade launcher. How many shots take these guys out? Do I need to aim up? 2, 3. Let's see, if it just takes 2 shots up here... No. It's ultimately like, what, 9, 10 shots? Oh, well. Let loose an extra one, but... who's counting? Pro Striker 92 says, I remember discovering this game in a DVD player, which had a disc with over 500 NES games, and many of them were duplicated. Oh, the joys of bootleg consoles back in the day, of bootleg solutions for getting your hands on some NES ROMs back in the day. I remember my aunt having one that had, that I remember playing a ton of Legend of Kage on it. Is it too late for Dr. Petrovich? Well, he's missing. They must have executed him. I guess our mission's a failure. Just to be thorough, let's check the other door, why don't we? Not that keycard. If you want info on plug-and-plays, by the way, if you want to check out some... if you want just a compendium of knowledge, an encyclopedia of knowledge on the plug-and-plays and bootleg market, Taizu Hori on Twitter is my go-to expert whenever I have questions about bootleg consoles or whatever. Developer of the H-Hug Boy Game Boy emulator for playing specifically bootleg Game Boy games, which comes in handy for more than a handful of games. Dr. Petrovich has just been moved to Building 2. Building number 2 is located about 10 kilometers north of here. So, alright, get your rulers out, everybody. Get your tape measures. We're going to measure this out. We're going to make sure the game's not lying to us. Now, we need something for scale. Let's get the heck out of here. And we did get a rank up. That'll come in handy. Alright, roof. I think this is just a dead end. But let's check to be thorough. Yeah. Gotta cross that bridge again. You know, gotta say, so far, I haven't gotten mad at this game. Not that I like to think I don't get particularly mad at games too frequently, but I also noticed that we haven't had the bomb suit equipped this whole time. You really just need the bomb suit to get past this. Really just this one spot here where the wind seems to be very effective. Alright, does that do it for building 1? Yeah, I think at this point we're done with this building. I think we've taken care of everything we can take care of here. Collected everything we can collect. Which I think will lead us to here. This is a card 4 door. I equipped card 3, even though I said card 4 out loud. Video Game King says, fun fact, according to the Metal Gear Wiki, Dr. Petrovich is 6'2". This is notably taller than almost every Metal Gear protagonist. Big Boss is taller, but not when he's a protagonist. I told you Metal Gear heights were weird. I'll take your word for it. Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and put the mine detector on. Well, we did it a little early, that's fine though. Well, we can see the mines over there. Let's go ahead and get our rations filled up. I believe this is the ration truck, right? Everybody cheer, the ration truck is here. And if we keep them equipped, we can see where it caps out at. So, truth be told, 6 is probably more than enough. I don't think I'm that bad at this. I just remember the tangent I completely left like open-ended earlier. There are worse versions of this game than the NES version. There's a DOS version that is like literally unplayable and is based on this NES version. It has the parachute intro and everything, so... There's also, I think, there's an Amiga version and a C64 version. I haven't played those for comparison, but I can't imagine that they are ideal. Would be my guess. Maybe we'll play those. There's also a J2ME version that I actually had back in the day. And you know what? I'm realizing we do not have enough mines. We're gonna have to go back and get some mines. We need to remember where the mines are. Oh, the joy. I keep thinking there's mines on that one screen when there's not. Yeah, because I know there's a boss fight. Wait, is it possible that I don't need to go back this way? That I can go to the left to get what I need to get? I don't think so. I think I do have to go this way. Leave me be. There we go. Yeah, the J2MA version of Metal Gear, I kind of want to play that on stream one of these days, because it's a faithful enough conversion of the MSX version, with a vertical resolution as phones were wont to be at the time, as flip phones, feature phones, whatever you want to call them. Is 15 the cap? 15's got to be the cap. It's got to be 5 per level. And what's neat about that version... Well, first of all, I gotta say, downsides to it. Controls like dog water, because it's, phone numpad. Second issue, it being a game of a certain vintage, a phone game of a certain vintage, you could choose between either having music or sound effects. Not both. And needless to say, the music is not the definitive version, not the canonical versions of any Metal Gear song, if you ask me. But, what's interesting about it is that when you beat it, you unlock a boss rush mode. Alright, so this is the tank boss. I think for this we can put on, not the bomb blast uniform, but the armor. I don't think the bomb blast uniform will help us against the machine gun fire. Alright, now we just gotta wait for it to drive over them. We can lay 3 mines at a time, and that's enough to get the job done. Kudos to us. Put our pistol back on. Right. Whatever, don't even bother with the mine detector at this point. Oh, I did not mean to go to equipment. I meant to go to my transceiver. Skipping a step here. Big boss here. It's a roadblock. Try to slip through wearing enemy uniforms. Switch big boss communication frequency to 12013. Over. Now, I remember there being... Oh, what I forgot to do is... I forgot one of the most important codec calls in the game. Oh, man. I wonder... First of all, let's quick save. And let's see how fast I can rewind. I need to rewind to when I pick up the enemy uniform. This is important, trust me. I swear this is so gonna be worth it. And we've been playing this for a minute, haven't we? Still going. See the uniform in our inventory, still. You know, I swore I'd stop rewinding so much on these streams, but I feel like this is an appropriate use case for it. Rather than backtracking. Ah, shut up, you mutt. Enemy uniform. Let's see what the big boss has to say about that. It's a Solid Snake. Respond, please. Big boss here. Body armor? A man doesn't need body armor. Over. That's actually not the one I wanted. That's right, I confused the body armor for the enemy uniform. And we still have the transceiver in our inventory. So, that guy's gonna... That dog is gonna continue to viciously attack us. Wait for it. This is the uniform room, right? Please be the uniform room. Okay, here we go. Big boss, this is Solid Snake. Big boss here. Enemy uniforms? Are they cute little sailor suits? Over. Translations in action, folks. Here I am, don't mind me, I'm just wearing my cute little sailor uniform. And that's as useful as that is throughout the game. That is the one screen where that suit actually will aid you. This, I believe, is Building 2. I don't remember which key cards I need at which points. Let's start by doing this. Can you spot me from across there? No, and I can't shoot you either. That's alright. Call it a truce. Some ammunition for us. What's our capacity gonna be? 150 now? Something like that. So I have to wonder if... I guess it could be more than 150. I guess it might be 200. Which unfortunately means we have to do this a few more times. I wonder if with the release of the Metal Gear Master Collection, if there's going to be, like, streamers, other people who are attempting to play through the original Metal Gear in Snake's Revenge on stream. I wonder if we're going to a crowded market right now, if we're competing with anyone of note. And I wonder if... I hope we bring something to the table beyond what they do. No, I always strive to be... I always hope, in whatever small way, my content is unique in some sort of way, right? That it's a little more informed than some others. I'm not going to claim I play these games well, better than anyone else, but, you know, I think I have a lot of hearts. Fuck this. Alright, I think we need, for this fight, the grenade launcher again? Well, it came in handy. It definitely worked. Maybe you could use mines for that. Maybe you can use a variety of other things. That works just fine for me. Do we have the infrared goggles at this point? Did I completely neglect to get the infrared goggles, or does not have them yet? It doesn't really matter either way. I'm just gonna walk right through them. I know, it's not particularly stealthy, but I don't care. Let's go around and around. Can't do anything about me when I'm in the water. I mean, if you shoot water with bullets, I mean, the bullets disintegrate immediately, so clearly these guards appreciate, are knowledgeable to that fact, are privy to that. Sober Dwarf says, "You're the most knowledgeable Kuso gamer I know. Also, hello, Cass, and thanks." You're very welcome, and thank you for the compliment. Alright, we got a transceiver call, but we, couldn't actually get a call out. And now we have the antennae. Big boss here. That was jamming our communications. But now everything is okay. Over. Video Game King says, "You might have made a point of not getting them. I'm only hedging because it's been far too many years since I played this for me to remember anything but the broadest details." I would have picked them up just to pick them up. I don't think I deliberately ignored them. Just accidentally. Potentially. I think this is... I don't think there's anything we can actually do here. As of yet. That might come back to bite me. There's certainly rooms over here, but I think we need the next key card before we can open, like, basically anything here. And I would assume those key cards would be on some of these upper floors. Let's start with the second floor, why don't we? Actually, you know what? Screw it. Let's go to the roof first. Let's do things out of sequence. Whoop, whoop. We need a bomb blast suit for here. Does not appear so. Also, that guard did not spot me. That was a close call. Dr. Petrovich is on the second floor. Alright, so it's good to know that. Oh. If they turn around, will they see me? Well, you know, I gave him a fair shot. I tried to play it as fair as possible. This guy again. I think it's 4. Good on me. And there's our card 5. We're cooking with gas here. Oh. What is... Did they just forget to make anyone here able to see anything? Oh, no. Spoke too soon. Whoopsies. Hello, sir. Goodbye, sir. And here's an elevator. This is the one that can only go... Yeah, this one can only go down. The other elevator can only go up. There's like some sort of weird system at play here. So let's do the second floor from here. Oh boy. Let's keep moving. We'll let sleeping guards lie. I'm amazed that one actually opened up. Let's call. Can't cross the desert without a compass. You know, that's the advice my mama gave me. And boy howdy was she right. Anyone remember James Bond 007 on the Game Boy? That has a desert section that you need to traverse. I remember that being a staple in my Game Boy. Oh boy. Alright, so this is the Arnolds. This is a boss fight that we do not have the gear currently to take care of in the way we need to take care of it. Let's see what people have to say about it. Start with Diane. Alright, Nada. What about Schneider? He's 79 or 78 or 77. I'm never going to remember these numbers offhand. Assuming they even have anything to say. Big Boss will certainly have something to say about this. Nothing? Alright, I guess we're flying solo then. Okay, so what I think we need to do, ultimately here, is to get to rank 4. We'll just go left. We'll sidestep these guys for now. So we need to rescue some more hostages. I need to find more hostages to rescue. Let's actually go back down and around. Oh wait, no, we can't do that, can we? How do I want to proceed here? Well, I'll tell you what. Let's try keycards. Actually got that on the first try. A level 1 keycard door. Did we check that door? Is that where we got the hostage who told us about the compass? I think it is. It's strange how, like, a game I haven't played in a while, bits and pieces are coming back to me. That said, I actually have more recently played the MSX version through the completion, like in the last year. But I do have that not fresh in memory, not that it would help much in this, because so much of this game is rearranged, remixed. I bet we don't have the keycard for this, because I think this is where Dr. Petrovich is supposed to be. I think we're probably going to have to go back to that first floor with the keycard 5 in hand. Do some milling about over there. And then, yeah, ultimately return. Once we have more of our ducks in a row. Oh, that was stupid. Why'd I charge through that? I'm getting careless. And it's only an hour in. Let's heal up a little bit. We have 9 rations. You might as well. What was this? Keycard 1? Man, good thing that silencer is truly silent. And you don't hear the bullets whizzing past him. Alright. What keycard could you possibly be opened by? Very good, May. Alright. Do I want to bother going through all my keycards there? That's the room where the rocket launcher is supposed to be. I don't think we can get the rocket launcher currently, because we need to be 4-star. Because, as this guy's going to explain. Try contacting Resistance Fighter Jennifer on Waveband 12048. Jennifer can give you direct support. But be careful, she's a snob. She probably won't answer you unless you are pretty classy. Let's find out. Let's find out if we are high enough. If she'll respect us. Try it again in this room? No, she's giving us the cold shoulder. Yeah, I don't want to say it, but what a bitch. We're trying to save the world here. Like, I don't care if I'm not, like, classy enough for you. At a certain point, you know, Sister, the world's at stake! Get over your scruples. What keycard opened this door? 5? Ow. Alright, so let's put some more work in. Save a couple more hostages. Maybe pick up a few more items along the way, who knows? This one only goes down, which is convenient because we want to be back on that first floor. Though I'm not familiar with where it's dropping us off. Oh! Skin on my teeth. Okay, I know where we are now. Have card 5. I think if I go north here... Yes. Okay, cool. Have we been here before? That's the antenna room, right? I gotta double check just in case I'm overlooking anything. Yeah. I was right the first time. Should never doubt myself. So you see that dark water there? That's deep water. We need an oxygen tank, some scuba gear to successfully survive that. An idea which they brought back for Snake's Revenge. Of all ideas. Close call. The far end of the lock connects to the Building 3. Go out of Building 2. Arnold has the card to the door. You can defeat Arnold with a rocket launcher. Well, now all we gotta do is get a rocket launcher now, right? The chase is on. The chase is over. The chase begins anew. And luckily, the chasers cannot pursue. We have card 5 equipped, right? Good. Is there anything down below? Oh, there's a door down there. And I think this actually takes us out of the building, if memory serves. You know, I want to reiterate here. You know, let it be said for the record that this has not been horrible or needlessly cruel so far. It has a few bugbears, there's a few issues with some enemy placements. But what game doesn't? I've located card number 6. That can come in handy, certainly. I think this means we gotta go back to that second floor and try some alternate routes around. Get to some of those doors we didn't open up the first time. This backtracking is not my favorite style of gameplay, the constantly having to go back and forth in the same floor between buildings is not my favorite way to play games. It's not my favorite approach to designing a game. Nothing wrong with a little straightforwardness sometimes. You know, there's a place for this. It gives you a sense of exploration and accomplishment, dare I say. Cool. Leave me be. Oh! Careless. It's like I said, I never claimed to be good at these games. Card 6, save me. Oh boy. And so we do the keycard shuffle. Jeez Louise. That's the most we're ever gonna hear in that song. Oh, jeez, I don't want to be here. What a horrible waste of time. Alright, this surely has to be a keycard 6 door, right? I have located the antidote. That'll come in handy for the desert. For those trained scorpions, I hear. I learned my lesson. I will not be detected. I will not be caught. I will get my world rocked by the Arnold the second I walk through this door, but... largely unavoidable. Just I totally avoided it, so... Let me drive some engagement real quick in the chat. Let me boost our metrics by Warp cancel Chase's mom says, "Hello, my name is Nick. What are your pronouns?" They, them, if you don't mind. We're just going through the adventure right now, going through the motions. This was keycard 1. Why'd I even bother to shoot that person? That Arnold there? I know better. They are only weak to the rocket launchers. Small arms fire will bounce off of them. I would love to. If anyone is in the chat right now and has access to the Metal Gear 4 solid database, please let me know what the description for the Arnolds is. Outfoxed! The real Dr. Petrovich is in building number 5. Die, Foxhounder! Well, maybe if you hadn't stopped to talk to me, maybe if you just let me walk onto that panel, well, fuck you, buddy. How did that trap even work? Were they like suspended from like a rope from the ceiling or something? Were they hanging above the pit? Were they expecting to be cut down afterwards, after we presumably fell to our deaths? Anyway, I was going to say, another way I was going to try to drive engagement in the chat was to have people, what's your favorite Metal Gear game and why? I will accept 4,000 word minimum essay on the subject. So, yeah, just get back to me with that. You know, take your time with it. Not too much time, not till the stream, you know, don't wait till the stream's over. We are trying to drive chat here. This is very important engagement I'm doing. Am I doing it right? Let's check this door again. Let's check this route. We still don't have rank 4. I'm concerned. What are we overlooking? What are we forgetting? Where do we need to go to get another damn hostage rescued? We've been to the roof. Got the hostage there. I'm gonna consult the map. I think we gotta go through the desert. Which means we need to find the desert. Oh boy. I feel like I messed something up along the way. I feel like I'm supposed to be able to take out these Arnolds right now. But alas. Alright, so what's the way out of here now? This is where I start to confuse myself. This is where I psych myself out. Did we come from... I think we came from down below. I think this is keycard 2. That's clearly wrong. Alright, we have breaking news, folks. Breaking news from Video Game King. The Metal Gear Solid 4 database has an entry for Bloody Brad and Arnold. I forgot their alternate names. TX-11 model cyber droid developed by the father of robotics, Professor Petrovich Madnar. The same technology was later implemented in the TX-55 Metal Gear, equipped with an artificial intelligence capable of autonomous combat and covered in dense armor plating, able to resist even assault rifle fire. So there you go. Good to know. Know thine enemy. Please be card 5, thank you. Yeah, I feel like we need to go back to... like, way back to... one of the previous buildings. One of the ones I had written off. That I thought we had done everything in. How do we get back around? How do we get to that door down south? Can I go this way? Will the game take mercy on me? No, but it will give us a ration, which... yeah, sure. Fill up. I bet I know the way. I bet I know what I need to do. I think I know what I need to do. I'm gonna wing it. I'm not gonna keep this constantly look at the screenshots on my other monitor. I gotta have faith. I gotta believe. Also, answering the question of what favorite Metal Gear game is, one of the early answers we're getting is from Sober Dwarf, who says, Metal Gear game, I'm counting Ghost Babel and the non-solid timeline, so I consider that one my favorite. Yeah, I think that's entirely valid. Ghost Babel is great. It is the true spiritual successor to Metal Gear 1. It's a direct sequel to Metal Gear 1. That doesn't even account for Metal Gear 2, I don't think. Let alone Metal Gear Solid. And I think it's an alternate take. You know, I want Solid Snake to be happy in the same way I want, like, you know, like a Max Payne to be happy. I want a timeline where Snake doesn't have to completely suffer, you know? Okay. We're out here. I think what I want to do... is it go left? No, that's gonna wrap around. Well, it's just as well. Damn mines. Left here? No, that's just another wraparound. This game does love its wraparound screens. Alright, yeah, so this is where we actually need to solve this maze. Lex Luthor's dastardly maze. Left? Let's try down. Why don't we? I know we need to ultimately go left. And I don't think there's any guidance on this. I don't think there's anyone who tells you how to do this. Maybe there's a Schneider call, but even then you'd have to still check like every room to find which room actually has the solution. Let's check. Let's see if anyone has anything to say to us. Any of the usual suspects. Is it 77 or 79 for Schneider? I'll never know. Boss, you got anything for us? Alright, we're winging it. Left. Probably like upper right. And then maybe left again. Ugh. Something is telling me it's the upper left corner. That we go left twice, upper right. Or would it be upper left? This is where I would want a damn compass. I think we may have made it. Left, left, upper right, left. Got it. That's dumb luck. Right there. Alright, we're back here. I believe... dead end. We gotta go the long way around. Vidigan King says, I'm gonna go with the controversial take and say that Sons of Liberty is the most misunderstood entry in the franchise. Everybody says it predicted the modern internet, even though the Patriots argument was never meant to be taken at face value. And also, the internet doesn't look too much like their prediction anyway. Sure, is that your favorite Metal Gear? I don't think it's mine. I think mine is 3? Right? It's gotta be 3, right? I think it's the one I've played the most, to be certain. By that metric, it'll be my favorite. Voila! E6 came in handy. Son, fuck off. I refuse to accept that. Alright, so what are we doing here? I came here because I assumed there would be hostages or someone I could rescue. But I'm getting the feeling I should have actually taken the desert way. But also, this is an empty room. And empty rooms tell me one thing. Alright. Son of a... Maybe that room is just a trap, then. Feel a little bad killing those dogs, but, you know, them or me. Ah, yeah, we're going the wrong way. Hi, this is Diane. How are you doing? Don't fall into any enemy pit traps. Over. Yeah, so I think we need the flashlight for this. Otherwise, that'll happen. Oh, damn dogs. I take it back, I hate these things now. Now I feel good about killing them. Alright, so we absolutely need to go through the desert then. And this is the part of the game that, on MSX, on NES, no matter where it is, this is where it can get, like, frustrating, right? Because you have an idea of where you need to go, where you need to get to, but... shit, how do you get there? I know what the sequence of events is. I need to get another hostage. We missed, like, a singular hostage somewhere, and that has, like, ruined the game for us now. Now we're gonna spend, like, the next hour, I worry, running around in circles, trying to find this elusive guy that's not gonna have, like, any particularly useful information for us, but will just get our rank up. If anybody knows, if anybody just knows offhand where I could go, what I could do, how I can salvage this, please come through with the clutch. Was this keycard 3? This will take us outside. Yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah, there we go. I don't think we need to worry about going through a maze here. I think we can just... yeah. Do we want to go... now, here's the question. Do we want to go back north? I think that's a dead end. I don't think there's anything for us if we go north right now. I think what we want to do is go back to Building 1? There's gotta be something I forgot there? I'm looking up some maps now. I'm bringing the maps back out. Were there any doors I couldn't unlock the last time we were there? Any doors I forgot to unlock that would have given us hostages, potentially, we could have conversed with, saved? Got them. Swear I got them. Ugh. I feel like I got everything in Building 1. I don't know what I could have missed there. I don't know who I could have neglected. Screw it, let's do it anyway, right? Why not? Wait, hold on. Oh, I'm a fool. I'm an idiot. Well, I'm not an idiot. I'm actually smart and cool and awesome, but This game design is stupid. Okay. I got it. Thank you for bearing with us. I see some people did not stick around. I see some people already started leaving. The second it becomes like, oh, this streamer doesn't know what they're doing, getting the fuck out of here. Can't blame them. Alright. Remember, this is building 1. This is the second floor. This old laser grid screen. I think when we were last here, we may have neglected to do some things. Let's check card 1. Card 2. Card 3. Wunderbar. You better rank us up, dude. Dr. Petrovich is being held prisoner in a cell on the rooftop. Yeah, we, a little late for that. But we have the rank up we need. I should also mention, we were playing Hoshi while we were here the other day, and we mentioned the subject of soft locking a game. Making it so the game is no longer beatable, or that you're trapped in some location. If you kill any of the hostages in this game, you get ranked down, right? And you need to rescue every hostage to get to rank 4 to get the weapons you need to complete the game. Because Diane will only call you, will only receive your calls if you're rank 4. So, yeah, if you kill a single hostage in this game, your run is fucked. If you screw up just once, or if you miss one, you make one... Oh, I'm the machine gun kid, don't try to go any farther. There's even a boss here we neglected to fight. Now, I gotta remember the solution to this. This feels correct. So I only have so many missiles, and I just whiffed one. Well, grenade launcher? Can I hit you with this? Hey, that worked! There's probably a more efficient way of doing that, but, I don't care. Oh, I wanted to equip a weapon. I always mess up when I go into the menus. I always forget, like, why I'm going into the menu. Had a hunch. Ooh, Iron Glove. Big Boss, you have anything to say about this Iron Glove? Big Boss here. Iron Glove. Use it to tap on the walls over. I feel like I could tap on walls without an Iron Glove. I feel like I just use like my regular hand for that. I think what he means to say is that you can bust down walls that you could not previously by using that. Also, do I need to get more Nikita missiles? Two. And for fun, let's try 4, 5, 6. Oh, there we go. No, don't flip the switch! That's a close call. Ah, keycard shuffle. My favorite song and dance. Oh, there's the infrared goggles. Better late than never, I guess. We might as well see what Big Boss has to say about them. Big Boss here. Infrared goggles. Use them to spot infrared sensors. Over. You know what's great? The Big Boss is always asking questions. Which, you know, we recognize as a Solid Snake gimmick, but it was also his gimmick originally in terms of chronology. Metal Gear Solid 3 and Snake Eater, he's certainly asking a lot of questions. Infrared goggles. But then he actually goes on to answer them here, so... Novel concept. Do we even need to go this way? At this point? Oh, there's another hostage to rescue. Nothing of use. But, you know, I'm sure they appreciate the gesture. I'm sure they appreciate being rescued. I know I said let sleeping guards lie, but I'm worried about them all waking up as soon as I get to that corner of the screen. And you know. Oh! Whoopsies! See what I mean? I'm remembering the basics of CQC right now. 19 mines is probably enough. Oh, but I should max out everything at this point. I mean, we're here. Sober Dwarf saying, sleeping in the same room, just bro guys doing bro things. Yeah, you'd expect them to have, like, bunks or something here. You know, just, like, this would be, like a restroom. Where they also happen to stock their mines. You know, so dual purpose. I think I do ultimately want to go in this direction so I can stock up on ammunition now that we're rank 4. And also the missiles? Are somewhere around here? If memory serves? Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Okay, that one rolls backwards. Or it resets position every time we go into the menu. Alright, so my theory about, like, it ratcheting up the tension is completely bunk, then. I was just talking up my ass. If you can reset the trap every time you go into the menu, the stakes are not particularly high. Now, I know we need to fill up on plastic explosive, too. To have at least 16 of them. So we'll go into that room in a minute. And do what we gotta do. Oh god, what's our max ammo gonna be? 255? Is it gonna be the maximum value that you can track with an 8-bit integer? Are they gonna do us like that? No, just 250, okay. Give me the extra 5 game, come on. Should probably equip plastic explosive. So we can see when it caps out. Is it 25 or is it 20? It's 20. Okay. And the last thing I want to get are some of those Nikita missiles in case I need them to destroy some panels. Or, you know, just in case it's, you know, strategically advantageous to use that weapon in a given scenario. What floor are we on again? Second. Where were the missiles? The third? I feel like I'm right. And then once we have all this, we can go back to that building with the water in it, then we can... I got the steps now. We're back on track here. We got lost there for a second, but we have returned. Can't believe this turned out to be one of those where the hell do you go kind of games. What's in this one again? That's a suppressor and grenade launcher, yeah. Oh. Leave me alone. Guess I gotta use one of those rations. Oh, we gotta stack up on rations too at some point, right? Punch some of that ammo we just lost. Keycard 1. One and done. Gas? This is probably totally unnecessary. I probably do not need the Nikita missiles, but I can't think of another place they would be in the game. Oh, God. Alright, suck down some poison, Snake. I wish I could just warp back to the room I want to be in. Alright, missile. Let's see what it caps out at. I'm gonna guess 20. 5 for each rank. I wonder if you could use these to kill the Arnolds. Probably not. I think only RPGs will work. Only rocket-propelled grenades are good enough to get the job done. And so begins the long road back. Unless I can go right? Unless I can get to the elevator from here? Oh yeah, I totally can. There's gonna be that trap there. Some enemies coming down the hallways here. Stealth! He heard me saying stealth out loud, and he decided he needed to take me down a peg for that. There we go. And I think there should be an elevator if I just continue north here, then we go back to floor 1, then we go from there to the windy little forest maze, and... Boomerang, it's all coming back to me. Video Game King with a little fun bit of trivia. Oh shit, each building has different food in each of its rations. Building 1 has beef, pork, ham, and egg, tuna fish, chocolate, and crackers. Building 2 has beans and meatballs, beans and franks, and beef with potatoes. Building 3 has sauce-boiled sliced hams, chicken and turkey, spaghetti with beef, turkey blocks, cheese, and coffee. Is that a thing in this game? I don't think they specified in this game. I know it's a thing in 2. In Metal Gear 2, that is. I almost fell for it again. I would like to know the source on that bit of trivia. Because I think that's a thing in Metal Gear 2, where you need to, like, feed a ration to someone, but they have, like, a picky palate, or, like, there's, like, animals that will only eat certain types of ration. Or something along those lines. That's where it gets super granular. If memory serves, which it might not. Yeah, I think this is the way. There should be a truck here. And we can stock up on our rations here. Making for the most exciting gameplay. I wish it was closer to the edge of the truck. I wish it was closer to the door. According to the Metal Gear Wiki, it should be this game. It links to the Outer Heaven Uprising, 1995 for that section. Maybe that's another Metal Gear Solid 4 database thing, or something that, like, Kojima said after the fact, or whatever, because there's only one type of ration here. Rations are rations. And then immediately afterwards, Video Game King saying, "No, I'm misreading. It's definitely Metal Gear 2." Yeah, I had a hunch. Yeah, because in Metal Gear 2, they come in rations A, B, C, D. And then on the item description page, it tells you exactly what's in each of them. And again, it is for puzzle purposes. And, it's obviously, like a riff on, like, military rations and different units getting different units of ration allocated to them. I don't want to get hit with a mine, so let's go ahead and use the detector, why don't we? Whoa! Even with that, I still almost walked into one. And, god damn it. Yeah. Wait, no guys, I'm wearing a uniform, it's okay. Alright, maybe their short-term memory will... Yeah, there we go. Don't mind me, boys. Waterways. Is this the right way? This should be where the boss fight was previously. Which means I think it should be card 4? Yes! Yes! Now, if I really wanted to... Okay, let's show off... oh my god! Yeah, these lasers rapidly moving renders this almost completely pointless. Okay, yeah, screw it. We're just committed to it now. Why even bother? Okay. Now it's a memory test. Now it's remembering which way I need to go from here. Elevator. Elevator. Elevator! Oh, elevator. Now this is this the building with the Arnolds in it, or is it an adjacent building? Is it the forest way we have to go through? Am I still completely out of sequence here? Wait, no. No, I think I'm fine. I think I'm right. This should be card 1. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Back on track, baby! Alright, does anyone remember Diane's frequency? I think I do. I do not. Oh, wait, no, it's 48. No, it's Jennifer that I'm calling, right? Jennifer here. I'll set up the rocket launchers. Come and get them. Get them while they're hot. And this should be card 6. Hey, it's like magic. I've located the rocket launcher. If we had come into this room with the keycard equipped but not having called Jennifer, not being rank 4, we would be shit out of luck. And I think we still are because there's no ammo for it. Oh no, where do I find the rockets? Or do I even need... I think these are just generic ammo. I think if I pick up the generic ammo packs, that'll do us. And I know there's a room on this floor that has, like, 3 ammo boxes in it. Let's just run over there. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens, guys. I still gotta remember which way it is. I think it's down and out. Eastbound and down. Or actually, we're westbound, aren't we? Never mind. I could switch to the handgun here. But I won't. Okay. Oh, wonderful. It just gives us 30 straight away. Finally, the game does something nice for us. I guess it figures, you know, we're rank 4. It knows what the maximum, it knows what the cap is. It knows that we'd otherwise have to go in and out of the room. What a weird concession to finally make. But what a weird spot for them to be like, alright, let's take it easy on the player here. Alright, you bastards. This has been a long time coming. Where's my armor? I'll give me my rocket launcher. One down. This one is not the best and brightest of technology. Well, that was a keycard. Keycard number 7, as a matter of fact. I don't think we need it straight away. I think it's gonna be another keycard 1 at the top of the screen. Let's get our handgun equipped again. No, is it 2? I know 1's the one on the left. Okay, yeah. Unavoidable fights. But this is a way we haven't been, I don't think. Let's start from the bottom. Because I think you need to... It should be card 7, right? No? 6? Metal Gear. Oh, come on! Card 1, really? Oh, you know what? This is the compass room. But Diane has to be the one to call the compass in. Just like with the rocket launcher. So again, they're checking to make sure you're rank 4, and if you're not, God help you. Jennifer here. I've got a kapass for you. Over. So she must, like, walk right past us when she drops off the compass. She could just put it right in her hands. Wait, hold on. How do they spell compass on the screen? If you tap any button when the dialogue box goes up, even if it's, like, holding down a direction when you come to the screen, you will skip the dialogue, so... But they spelled it right on that screen. You know, hasty translation. This was an era of it. And, you know, it's mostly still intelligible. I think you lose a couple hints. A couple more, like, clearly coded, clearly described hints. Like, when Big Boss says, like, you know, find the way, or tap the way, or whatever the line he said earlier. You know, there's probably a cleaner translation they could have gone with for that. That would have been more helpful to players. But ultimately, like, you get the information you need here. You know, translating's hard. As it turns out. Now it's just a matter of remembering where I need to go, what I need to do. I got it. This away. You have the compass, so now I know we need to get to the desert. I'm just trying to figure out the way to get to the desert efficiently. And we'll ration, so we do it in one piece, too. Yeah, this is the right way. I'm gonna go back to the first floor. I know there's the whole water thing that we want to do. But we can't yet without the oxygen tank. Soberdorf said, thank goodness you can't navigate a dessert without a compass, and then they said I was making a translation joke. I believe you. I have no reason not to believe you. No one in this chat, absolutely no one will make fun of you for misspelling desert is dessert when you're making a joke about translations. In bad translations. No one, not a single person here would dare to. Just say you were typing on your phone. I can't type on a phone to save my life, so... Whenever I fuck up, I'll say, I was on my phone, don't mind me. And I think this will take us to the dessert. Yummy, yummy chocolates. Video Game King, asshole idea for Metal Gear ROM hack. In addition to having to choose the right keycard for each door, you also have to successfully roll an RNG check to signify Snake swiping the keycard through the lock. Yeah, I don't know if I'd be playing that one. I think I would skip that one, personally. But that's just me. Alright, these are the trained scorpions we've heard so much about, and this is the one time in the game where it behooves us to use the machine gun. Do we even need to, though? Can we just walk around these? Oh, no, they're coming for me. Yeah, so probably best to do that. Clear the way a little bit. Now, if memory serves, this is another bullshit maze on our left. And ahead of us is, I think that's the way to endgame. I don't think we need to go that way. Yet. You know, to the end of the game and all. Oh, transceiver. Important call. Big Boss here. Get in the truck over on the right. Over. Now, I happen to know for a fact that taking the truck to the right will take us back to the beginning of the damn game. If we go through here. see the truck has started to move. Which, you know, could be actually potentially useful. Okay, maybe that's the start of the game, but, or maybe the other truck takes you back to the start of the game. But, you know, it could behoove you to have, like, quick access to the ways to backtrack if you need to stock up on a certain type of ammunition that isn't covered by the ammunition. Like, if you need to get those Nikita missiles, or if you knew, where, like, one ration location was. Yeah, see, this is the beginning of the game. So let's not do that and say we didn't do it. And that's just an enemy inside of there. And I think ultimately we need to do the maze. Another one of those damn mazes. But, I think that's right. Yeah, I think I'm right. I think if we go through the building up here, it'll end in pain for us. It'll end in a dead end at a certain point. So let's, I want to double check. Tim Rod says, I wish I had a dessert big enough that you need a compass to navigate it. Oh, that'd be sweet. How sweet that would be. Pun intended, of course. Building. Left, right, down. Okay, so we do need to go here, but only briefly. We're gonna go in and out, basically. Call. Oh, this better be important, Colonel. Or Big Boss, I should say. Go through the door on the left. Over. Alright, he's never directed me so specifically before, so I'm gonna take his word for it. Oh, Big Boss, you goofball. You little scamp, you. So yeah, in case you haven't gathered, this is a part of the game where Big Boss starts giving you bad instructions and trying to get your ass killed. Sometimes, he doesn't need to do it. I can get my ass killed on my own perfectly, thank you very much. You see what I mean? No help needed. God damn. Alright. Take this elevator. I believe this goes down 100 floors in real time, so... Strap in, folks. 2... 3... 97 more to go. Ah, not quite. I am gonna fast forward on the way back up, though, because we gotta come down here, then go back up. Which is just mean, just miserable. See, we need to get the oxygen tank here. Will Big Boss say anything? Will he give us advice on the oxygen tank? No? What if I change frequencies again? Not quite. Now, just take my word for it that if we go and attempt to go in any direction here, we do not have the keycard. We need keycard number 8 to unlock the doors in those directions. Whoa! Rocketed up. Whoa! Fool me once, shame on you. Can't fool me twice. Video King says, E.T. hole detection. He also said that between this and Simon's Crest, released in the same year as this, one gets a sense of Konami wanting to experiment with NPC misdirection in games. Just wait till you get to Snake's Revenge, too, which is the same thing at a certain point. Alright, I'm just gonna cheat here. I'm gonna look at the guide that tells me which steps to take here. Lower left. Upper left. And again, I don't think there's anyone who tells you this. I think this is genuine bullshit where you have to, like, game this out trial and error, try every permutation, and you're not even getting hints along the way, like little beeps to indicate, like, yeah, this is the right way, or like little things on screen. We get that beep when we completed the sequence, but that ain't enough. Alright, who's talking to us? Schneider here. There is a gas-filled room up ahead. Over. Duly noted. And I am just going to keep this guide open so I can see what keycards I use on each of these doors, because I don't want to take a bunch of gas damage. I think this is literally just a dead end. Oh, wait, no, I can do something here. Gas mask goes on. Aha! So this is where the cryptic bullshit really starts to pile on top of itself. Not only are you, needing to use a gas mask, you also have to find illusory doors here. And then switch between however many cards, trying to figure out which one actually opens this door. It happens to be 1 in this case. Close call. Well, buddy, I have bad news for you. On the way out, it's gonna stink for you without a gas mask. Maybe just bunker down for now. I'm sure I won't blow this whole base up at the end. Actually, you know what? I'm going the wrong way. I just noticed that. I wasn't supposed to go this way yet. I'm supposed to be in the top left corner over there. So, trial and error. Not only trial and error, deadly trial and error, where your health is ticking down with every wrong move you make, with every guess you take. And you know what? I think we're actually supposed to go backwards. I think we should actually take care of the thing with the oxygen tank first, shouldn't we? It's wherever the flashlight is. Let's explore. Let's give it the old college try. That was the hostage room up there. This is key number 3. And again, the question I always ask is, was it this bad on the MSX version? The answer is yes. The follow-up question I ask is, could a player conceivably figure this out on their own? And the answer is yes, but it would take a lot of pain and suffering. They'd have to work for it. And I guess ultimately the solution was, for people who did not want to do that gaming it out, who bought the cartridge, and would just like to get their instant gratification, buy Nintendo Power. Buy a strategy guide. Whatever gets you there. Flashlight. Oh, sorry, flashlight. Now, how would you figure this one out? How would you think to know to do this one? This is essential, too. It's another essential one. I am a fire trooper. Want to see me roast you alive? Not particularly, to be honest. As a matter of fact, I hate to do this to you, but I don't think you can hit me from there. Actually, you know what? Oh, this is even more embarrassing for you. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like, you waited your entire life for this moment, but that just... I feel bad for that guy. How long was he waiting to drop that line, drop that one-liner on us? I am Dr. Petrovich, the real one this time. My daughter Ellen is a hostage. If we don't rescue her, I can't talk to you about the Metal Gear. Ellen is being held captive somewhere in building number 4. Please help me. Just kidding. That would really fuck the game up, wouldn't it? There ain't no contingency for that one. If you are quick enough on the draw, you can actually not take damage. I think I may have taken a point of damage regardless, but where there is a will, there is a way. I hope this game is interesting in some capacity. The people watching right now still. This is just the self-consciousness talking, but it's also, you know, the part of me that, like, that I don't watch streams. I don't usually watch other people playing games. I hope this is appealing in some capacity to someone out there. I think it's also the part, like, where what's starting to set in for me on my end is just, like, this is the part where I'd put the game down, usually, where I'd be like, alright, it's enough Metal Gear for one night. Got a solid, what, 2 hours out of it? But, you know, we're so close. Sober Dwarf saying, I mean, you're saving the trouble of replaying. Yeah, this is a public service, if you really think about it. Like, I'm kind of like as brave as any Marine out there. I'm kind of like, you know, doing like firefighters. They're kind of like a public service, if you really think, you know. I'm saving people the trouble of having to replay this game ever again. And, yeah, I don't know if people would want to. This version, MSX version, effectively the same. I mean, that is the thesis. That is the thing I'm trying to, like, sort of prove here. Is that, like, for whatever complaints people have about... Oh, god damn it. About, you know, this version of the game being inferior. I don't know, I haven't seen it. This seems very, very much on par, to me, with that version, which I, again, have replayed relatively recently. Recently enough to say that, like, the differences here aren't substantive enough. If anything, this game is slightly improved in the way it streamlines stuff. For as much as, like, I got, like, stuck exploring, figuring things out earlier, that just as persistent, if not worse, with shit like the Spiral Room in the MSX version. But, you know, this is still bullshit, and no matter how you slice it. There's gotta be a trapdoor there, right? Yeah, of course. Vega Baby says, imagining a situation where I'm somehow being forced to watch NES Metal Gear instead of just enjoying it. At gunpoint, you will watch this Let's Play. You will... When's the last time someone called this a Let's Play? Man, I just felt really old for a second, and I'm not even 30-whatever yet. There's another 2 hours till I'm 30-whatever. I mean, I'm 30-whatever right now, but I'm 30-whatever in a couple hours. If you catch my drift. Flashlight. Ugh. Annoying. DHC Ben saying the big 30 whatever. Yeah, that's what I should go with. This is 30. No. No, you can't just walk along the edge on that one. He's got to be pixel perfect with this. We're down to the seconds. Oh, you just know there's traps here. Hi, this is Diane. How are you doing? This is the same chat about the traps. Vega Baby says, Let's Play is still a term, it's just less common. You know, I don't go into too much about my checkered past, or what have you, but, you know, I was around for the Let's Play boom back in the day. And so I still, part of me kind of hopes and strives to bring back, this is a mean room. Let's just do the trick. Why don't we? And then go all the way to the left here. This is fair play. I think we can just make that one without having to worry about... Oh, I was so close there. Come on. Going this way for a reason, though. And I'm still looking at which keycards do which doors. Just to save everyone some time right now, so this doesn't end up being a 4-hour stream. I think we'll get this done in 3. I think we'll get this done in the next half hour or so. Video Game King says, what was the turning point for video game playthroughs as entertainment? When did it shift from expertise to relatability? Personally, I blame it on PewDiePie, maybe one of the Johns, like a John Tron or what have you. How do you think a Zoomer would react if you announced, Huzzah! In your best deceased crab voice to them? They would have no idea what you're doing. is the boring answer, is the correct answer, but... And yeah, I mean, the turning point was PewDiePie taking the term Let's Play and perverting the meaning by making it about screaming at a screen instead of, See, remember this room from before? Trapdoor there? That whole deal? We needed the Iron Glove to successfully punch through that wall in particular. Oh, thank you! I am Dr. Petrovich's daughter, Ellen. My father was blackmailed into creating the awful Metal Gear. So is that the production of this game, then? Oh! Hey-oh! Oh! Please help my father before it's too late. I mean, it's just fucked up you can do that. I mean, it's very silly to let you do that. And sabotage the game. You know, actually, you know what? I'm sorry to do this. I'm very sorry to have to do this to all of you. But let's see what happens. Let's see if Dr. Petrovich has any dialogue specifically for this scenario, for this contingency. I'm going to guess no. I'm going to guess that he's simply like, rescue my daughter. That he's just blind to the fact that we've done something truly heinous. Discranola says, Zoomer here, I have no idea who Deceased Crab is. Don't worry about it, is what I will say. They were a Let's Player of some renown back in the day. And they had a very particular voice and cadence, let's say. I'm just gonna... Oh my god. You can tell I'm really not good when it comes to, like, navigating traps like this. A bit of an Achilles heel, if you will. That one's just bullshit. How do I... Ugh. This sucks. This just sucks. Oh, come on. I don't want to have to go into the transceiver every time one of these things starts up. But also, I don't know, like, how you would do it legitimately and not, like, throw your console across the room doing, like, trial and error back in the day. It's... right? Gas mask? You know, the worst part is... So we gotta do all this shit again. Because this is a cursed path that I've gone down. Wait, hold on, is it right here? No, this isn't the right hallway. I gotta go... Man, we're really... Why did I think to do this? This is a horrible idea that I've done here. This is cruel and unusual punishment, me making y'all watch this, as I sate my curiosity. Not card 1. DHB, ProStriker92 says, the moment when you realize the game hates you. And DHB says, trial and error is my favorite genre. Which key is this again? And gas mask. I wonder if there's a more efficient way. Probably not. This is probably the most direct path. And this is so not going to be worth it either. That's the worst part of this, is that there's going to be no payoff to this. I am Dr. Petrovich. My daughter, Ellen, is a hostage. If we don't rescue her, I can't talk to you about the Metal Gear. Ellen is being held captive somewhere in Building 4. Oh, bad news for you, buddy. Why do I do the things I do? Beam Splash in chat saying, God, it was so emotional when Snake talked about this in Metal Gear Solid 4. Yeah, then I killed his daughter. Then I felt really bad about it. I didn't have the heart to tell him, so I just lied and said, yeah, she's safe. We took care of that, boy howdy. Hey, guess what? We gotta go through that whole room again! Hooray! So now's a great time to subscribe to the channel. Get those Twitch subs. Get those wallets open, folks. We're playing through all the games on the Bad Game Hall of Fame stream. I'm the only Let's Player brave enough to waste everyone's fucking time. Don't actually give out gift subs!
This is a present from me to you.
Don't do that! I mean, thank you. As you're supposed to say, right? You ask, I deliver. I guess I walked into it. Congratulations to whoever got subbed there. Vega Baby, yes. What a horrible little channel I run here. What a scam I'm running on all of you. Next room is Gas Mask. I think. Yeah, there we go. Fresh in memory. If I go north here... Is that the way to go? No. Does this take us anywhere? This might be quicker, or this could be complete bullshit. I could just be wasting time. Vega Baby saying, thank you for subscribing to this horrible little channel. I love it here. Beam Splash saying, what does a better playthrough of this look like, Cass? I don't know, someone who can actually navigate the traps in the game would be a good start. So someone who doesn't have to constantly rewind every couple of seconds would probably be, like, a pretty good starting place, I would think. Someone who's more knowledgeable on the game, I don't know, if you're asking, like, for bonuses here, if you're asking, like, you know... God, we still got all the way around. We still gotta go full circle. It's like I said earlier, I like to think I bring heart to this. I bring heart to the equation. You can't fault me for that, damn it. Alright, this was 3. The sick part of me, there's a part of me that's starting to actually remember these things legitimately. I'm not even looking at the guide to see which keycards do which doors. I actually am starting to commit this to memory. Precious brain cells that could be used to remember, like, my driver's license number, or my license plate, or, like, things that actually, like, come up in conversation, in practical usage. Charky, are you winning, Cass? We're close. We are close to being done with this. Not to say it's been bad. I'm bad at navigating the traps, but ultimately... The Metal Gear is located about 20 kilometers north of this building. It is in sub-basement 100 of Building 3. That's where we've been previously. We have to set plastic explosives on the supercomputer that controls all the Metal Gear functions. No matter what, you have to set 16 plastic explosives. Good luck! Was it worth it for that little bit of info? I think ultimately you need that info, otherwise you can get to the computer, you can get to the supercomputer, but you can't damage it unless you know that bit of info. And of course, what this is parallel to is in the MSX version. I mean, should I just wait for the big reveal at the end? No, this is where you'd figure it out. So if you in the MSX version, Dr. Petrovich's advice is a bit more pointed. To destroy Metal Gear, you need 16 plastic explosives, but you need to set them on Metal Gear's feet. In a very particular order of alternating between left and right. 2 on the left, 1 right, then 2 more on the left, and 3 on the right. Like, this whole stupid sequence. Because it's not enough to blow up Metal Gear. It's not enough that its feet are its weak points. It has to be done in a very specific order. They get rid of that shit in this game. It's unfortunate that in the process, they get rid of Metal Gear completely, too. You'll see what we mean, if you don't already know. But yeah, ultimately, the Metal Gear boss fight on the MSX sucks. The big climactic fight, miserable. We gotta go back through the back through the compass again. We gotta go back through the desert again, which necessitates bringing the compass out. And the machine gun while we're at it. So yeah. Trained Scorpions ain't got nothing on me. You can see the machine gun just sort of sprays in like a left to right pattern. And it comes back around. So, you know, it's handy for these Scorpions and not much else. Everything else in this game you kind of just want to kill with your handgun. Wherever possible. Alright, we're finally back here. Vega Baby says, Metal Gear's explosive activated shutdown password. Yes! Vidigan King saying, Otacon gave Metal Gear Rex a weak point to make it more like a mecha anime he admired. What's Petrovich's excuse? He's just bad designer. Oh, Beamflash says, Petrovic is too focused on getting reps in to strangle a man to death. It's spoilers for Metal Gear 2! Let's get the oxygen tank on. And be on our way. And so the trapping here is, there's going to be a bunch of screens here that we're progressing through, and the idea is that if you wanted to try to brute force this, you would not have enough health. Even with like a full swath of rations, the amount of damage and how quickly you take it, it's like walking on an electrified floor or with in a gas room without a gas mask on, you know? And then having to go back the other way around too. That's like the real trick there. And Pro Striker 92 saying, I still have the machine gun equipped. It's silenced, though. For whatever it's worth. We can silently mow down guards in style. Pro Striker 92 says, I haven't read the... Oh, shit! Son of a bitch. Rude. Is what this game is. Well, it's a good thing we stocked up these missiles. So finally, let me read this message here. I haven't read the Bad Game Hall of... I tried reading and not looking at the screen while I was... Let's really read this. I haven't read the Bad Game Hall of Fame entry about MS, but I remember the criticisms towards the final boss. MS? What is MS? Oh, did you mean to say like Metal Gear or like Snake's Revenge? Because that's where I talk about Snake's Revenge. Alright, I talk about Metal Gear on MSX in the Snake's Revenge article. Yeah, we got there. Don't mind me. I mean MG. Yeah, no, that's my screw up. That's me not being able to string together words. Key card shuffle is my favorite dance. I go through all these keys in my pants. And my rhyme scheme's a little off. Watch us beat keycard 8, the one that we don't have, that we're gonna get in the room on the right. Now... Oh, transceiver. Better be important, Schneider. Schneider here. We have unmasked the leader of the enemy fortress. It's unbelievable, but the enemy leader is... Arr! Well, we know it's Colonel Katafi already, right? Vermin Katafi. We already figured this out. So, you know, that seems like a pretty useless call if you ask me. Died for nothing, Schneider. You fool. Luckily, they spawn you a little bit left of the door, so you don't immediately get electrocuted the second you step out onto this flooring here. Sharky, enemy leader, codename R. Game Slash saying the leader is a pirate. These are all very good theories. We'll see if we're proven right. I am Coward Duck. You want to try and shoot me? Go right ahead. Oh, and we got a call here, too. Jennifer here. Coward Duck is card number 8. My brother is in the prison. Be careful not to kill him. If anything happens to him, to my brother, I cannot help you anymore. Oh, this is going to be our penultimate boss fight. Let's see if there's any more words of support we can get from, This is Diane's number, right? Or is it 33? 2-digit numbers. One of my kryptonites. I swear there's someone you can call here. That gives you a bit of advice. Or there's a room you can call from where someone will give you the hints you need to progress this fight. Or you know what it is? I think this is... So there's some instances in this game where the... yeah, there we go. Diane's number is on Schneider's number. Or someone else's number. Steve's number. So we have to call a completely different number than the number that is associated with Diane to get Diane on the horn. There's a few rooms where they have the wrong numbers associated to the different calls. The only way to defect the enemy, I think I meant to say defeat, the enemy without killing each other, is to use the handgun. Over. Video Game King says, the Metal Gear Wiki entry on Dirty Duck. Former leader of the extremist terrorist group Eggplant. His weapon of choice is the boomerang. Very silly. But yeah, we don't want to get these hostages killed. So we're going to have to circumnavigate. There's also pits in this room. Fire the precise number of times so you don't accidentally shoot any of these guys on the side over here and lose our rank and make the game unwinnable. Tim Rod says, that's one thing I didn't like about Metal Gear Solid 5, is that you never got a chance to see all the stupid bosses from this game in it. That is a crying shame. I want to know the Coward Duck origin story. I am Jennifer's brother. When you make your getaway, take the elevator to the left. Duly noted. I have located card number 8. Sharky says, I'm genuinely upset that the General Katafi never came back. Yeah... What can you do? Only the good die young, I say. Alright, now let's go back all the way! Oxygen tank. My old pistol back. Let's read chat while this is happening. Sid says, whoever you send out on a mission with a shotgun first must be shoot gunner. Sorry, whoever you send out with a shoot gun. Sorry, I don't know tactical. It's true. You know? It's alright, Sid. I'll make up for the tactical knowledge between the both of us. Yeah, you load shules into your shoot gun. Alright, at this point, is we have to go across the desert again? Yeah. Compass. Machine gun. Let's get it. Video Game King says, there needs to be a Ghost Babel sequel where Snake learns Katafi had 27 daughters, so he could create his own super soldier using this super baby method. Signed. Konami, hire this man. God, what a treat that manual is, though, huh? Aren't you so glad I showed it off at the beginning? Might as well use a machine gun at this point, right? Who cares? The super duper baby method, says Vega Baby. Yes, the scientific term. Please, let's be scientifically accurate. God damn it! Can't even progress that way if we screw up and go that way. Whoop! And there we go. Down to the basement. And fast forward. We ain't got time for this. Alright, let's not get caught by those cameras, because I think they pack a little more of a punch than the typical security camera here. Oh, jeez. Well, I told you. That was a close call. The leader of the enemy fortress is the supreme commander of Foxhounder, the big boss! He has been behind everything all along. Oh, I need a second. My world has been rocked after that revelation. I thought it was Colonel Katafi the whole time. This game pulled a trick on me. So these cameras with the lasers are here on this one screen because there's a different screen where they appeared in the MSX game. They are not here on this one. Big Boss here. Solid Snake. Operation Intrude N313 canceled. Repeat, canceled. Turn off your game system. Oh, sorry. Return to base immediately. This is an order. Over. Which one has it where they... Which is the one where they say you need to power off your MSX or your PlayStation or PlayStation 2? I know they do that in Metal Gear Solid 2, but I think it's a reference to Metal Gear 2. Oh. Gas mask goes on. And let's see... I think there was a transceiver message. Was there not? Hallucinated it. Ah, boy. I'm gonna look at the map again and see what keycard works on this door. I do not particularly feel like... Yeah, card number 8. So that being said... Just a trap. So ultimately... Let's not do that. Yeah, there we go. I'm surprised there's not a pitfall right there. And I could do the keycard shuffle one last time, or I could just... Number 5. Oh, come on. Mines and gas mask at the same time. Rude is what you are, game. There, now I know there's a transceiver call. Jennifer here. The only chance is to run for it. Now! Over. So I think this is an interesting thing. There's nothing you can shoot. There's no way to disable this. See? Even those grayed out tiles are actually electrocuted. So what can you do? Hope you have enough rations. And just do it. I may have been slightly slow on the trigger pull there. Professional play here on the Bad Game Hall of Fame. And here we are. The final battle? Let's get a weapon out. Oh wait, I have the machine gun. Let's use a machine gun. Here it is! Metal Gear, except not. It's a supercomputer. And we just have to lay explosives wherever we like on it. 16 of them in total. So yeah, not having anyone attacking us, not having the laser cameras attacking us like in the original Metal Gear fight in Metal Gear on the MSX, is what I'm trying to say here. Sharky says this is an MSX computer running Metal Gear. Saying, Big Boss, Snake, we've been cancelled. I had a heated gamer moment. Emergency alert, emergency alert. The enemy fortress destruct mechanism has been activated. Begin preparations for evacuation. Alright, don't gotta tell me twice. Let's get the body armor on. You must destroy your MSX, says Pro Striker. Alright. We all know what's coming. It's Venom Snake himself. Well, Solid Snake, it's amazing that you've lasted this long. Yes, it's true. Not only am I the Foxhounder, Supreme Commander, Big Boss, but I've been the leader of the enemy fortress, too. As a new and inexperienced member of our team, you were supposed to fail. Supposed to be tricked into carrying false information. But you accomplished too much, Solid Snake. You were too good. Don't think you can kill me so easily. Come and try. If I am going to die, you're coming with me. Transceiver? This is Diane. I don't know any way to destroy Big Boss. He's a guy. I can just shoot him. Solid Snake, it's all up to you. Oh, Solid Snake, if only you and I... No, cancel that. Good luck. And if that was Diane, Jennifer here, if you use a cigarette, it will add more time to the timer. Oh, Solid Snake, come back alive. Gotta love it. Solid Snake and the women who love him. Tactical mastermind, Big Boss. Man who killed the boss, who assumed the title of Big Boss. A genius tactician, with no parallel. And yes, cigarettes. Gives us some extra time. If we go down one of these wrong doors, we can potentially recover it still. And up we go. And I won't fast forward this one. Funny as that would be. Just fast forward through the entire ending of this game. And through this banger song. And hey, they made the screen, so they gotta use it. They gotta make the most out of it. They don't have the scene of Snake running away from the exploding base, but this is Solid Snake. The Metal Gear has been destroyed. Operation Intrude N313 is a success. It's all over. Everything, at last. Solid Snake, returning to base. Over. This is Station K&K, bringing you a Spot News Report. Today, at dawn, there was apparently a large-scale earth tremor in the region of Galsburg, South Africa. Sid saying, Discrenola saying, damn, I sure hope that guy doesn't come back as a cyborg or something. We'll get to Snake's Revenge in time. I feel like I need a co-host for that one. There's a computer speaking, here are the creators of your Metal Gear game, here's the credits, you won't see Kojima in this, I believe. And, the reason why Kojima didn't get to work on this is because, it wasn't that he was getting shafted, it was just that, at the time, at Konami, you had teams for MSX, you had teams for NES, you had teams for PC-88, you had teams per console, and they didn't want to retrain people on how to learn different consoles, so that's how he ultimately gets left out of the loop, and how he ultimately feels sort of slighted by it, I guess. And to the point where he complains about this game and its existence and the efforts that went into it. But, not that bad, all things told. And we could watch these demos loop and loop and loop and loop all over again. Or we could just close out the show. And give some final thoughts on it too while I'm on the screen. There's Michael Bean for you, by the way. Yeah. I know I said it multiple times throughout the stream. My conclusion is still the same, which is that compared to the MSX version, it's not that much worse. In some ways, it's slightly better. In some ways, it is slightly worse. I mean, there's more stuff, there's more unique, there's more variety in the MSX version. But that being said, for a game of this era, for 87, 88 in North America, I mean, this would still have blown people's minds at a certain point in time. It was still taking it in directions, taking the genre, the nascent genre in directions it had not yet gone down, avenues, roads it had not yet ventured down. And so there would be people who would be genuinely impressed by this and wondering when that sequel was coming. And, they got Snake's Revenge, and there it was, and they were satisfied with that for the rest of time. But no, I mean, is this the lesser version? I think it's debatable. I think ultimately whatever version you grew up with, which for most of us in here is going to be the NES version, right? Maybe there's a couple people who are Europeans who got to play the MSX version, the English MSX version, and people in Japan have their MSX version, and it's a brand loyalty sort of thing at the end of the day, isn't it? I think this is an acceptable version. And of course there's also the DOS version, the Amiga version, which are just in the C64 version. I don't know if the Amiga version's that bad. We mentioned those earlier. Anyway, there's worse versions of this. Sober Dwarf, I am going to give you the last word on that little tangent where you say, whatever version you grew up with is the worst version. Very good. But yeah, I think this is a fine version. This is not a bad game. I'm not going to call it a good game Hall of Fame because the reputation still precedes this version, and, you know, what the purpose of the Bad Game Hall of Fame is to show that, you know, not every game that gets written off deserves necessarily to be written off in the way that it is, in the way that this one was for so many years. And maybe with this Metal Gear Solid Master Collection, which, you know, isn't the best collection I hear. I hear it's kind of technically a mess, especially on PC. But, you know, maybe people will revisit this version of the game, play it, realize they've been led astray for some amount of time, that it's not that bad. They'll play the MSX version, then jump into this one, or in any other order. And they'll realize truths about the world that have been withheld from them for so long. But, you know, ultimately, I had fun. I hope y'all had fun watching. And we'll be back again with something down the line. I think you'll see us again in November, and I know one thing we're going to be playing on here is a playthrough of Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness, which our patrons voted for, our Patreon supporters. Not to end this on, like, you know, shameless promotion, but if you subscribe to the Patreon, I'll be doing polls every month, maybe even 2 a month, maybe even more, where we will determine stream subjects for the future, and you also get a role on the Discord server. Also, if you're a Twitch subscriber, and you join the Discord server, which I will do the exclamation point Discord to have a link there, you'll get access. Any way you support the channel will get you access to a patron-exclusive, subscriber-exclusive channel, where I'll also get input on stuff. I'll poll you guys for what you want to see on the stream, and then we'll play it. So next month of November, we'll be playing through Angel of Darkness, in addition to our other streams, of course, to our theme nights and all the usual stuff. But yeah, you gotta keep showing up and see what we have in store next. But thank you for sitting through this. Metal Gear Forever. I am out of things to say. I felt like I should have had more to say about Metal Gear at the end of it, but I think the Let's Play will speak for itself. Bye!